And the boy start I can put back. Sit down. Finish the job. What is she likes just relax when you arrange it.
Yeah, smell. Yeah, the smell. This is yeah, but that is when I get cold when I use. They speak in tongues. Not by pepper soup, fish pepper soup, not when you want. Oh, Tirati is ready.
So know what is happening.
When I sit down, the thing they tell me for body, say I no go school. I go small, I no go university. If I go to university, I for never graduate, so I go start the teach. Because I know that I shall.
Now this one, wait. Oh, wow. I'm don't go now.
It's the mission. Don't come Africa and the world. From all of us at Glow, we wish you joy unlimited.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Log on to visiontv.co.uk and click on NTA. Also anywhere in the world. NTA International. Your window to the world.
I shall not be small. So I'm not Chidi, look me. Only for nothing. Anything will happen. Here, I swear that this my shop. I don't see it. Nothing. Who make you be like this? Give me some. Hey, nothing. What make you feel like in a business? I know, but I know where they your chest. Even though it will not be sober, I beg you, you dey cry. We not be sober. You were ready to come for your photo. Nothing. Your photo. You say that. Not for the grace of God. I will take more money. Remove some of the note come up on your chest. No, planning and so I cannot be talking about it. You see this one? Please come there. No. Oh, this is painful. Mommy, I tell you one thing. There are plenty. They are there everywhere. Even this my restaurant. For nothing. If you know me before, no, don't have before. Sweet, let's more picky.
We are here. You don't shake me.
Sit down.
In fact, he has to go me. No, not going. It's impossible.
If you know what I do,
Never tell me that I don't go to the
now here, well, here, come on, everybody. You made it call. Eh? I'm here.
You want to get because you have to tell me to remember.
It's not bad.
That's the very nature. Yeah, they don't want to Nigeria. Look at my yeah,
I come on.
I said that. Yeah, no, everything.
I don't know.
This man talk. He said he will come afterward. Yeah. Do you know what he said to me to go up only 20 people?
What did not say happen?
He said make a date.
No.
See yourself. I cannot believe this.
So wait, you have it.
For plenty. This man, for more story. He will tell me this. He will tell me this. Mama, he didn't go. So I was going to do this story. I blame myself. Actually, I have water. Clear to clear. What did I have to do? If you want, you know them. You tell me, leave me alone. Do you know what?
No.
What I give you that space that God give you.
E?
What? You need space that God. And tell that express you.
Where God give?
Express you. But they want to hear you. The Babylon that you know, and the night, they want to relax. They did not let us relax. It's on the highway. At the expense of my wife, I don't know. Is it the truth?
Actually, I think he may be right because there's been news, on TV that this flood in Kogi State has overflowed and other places too. There's been news of flooding. So he may just be right.
It's true, I heard of it. There's some women in the market that have been complaining, so I heard about this.
I beg go. One thing, I'm not talking to you, they talk one thing and they talk another. The television for my house won't spoil. If television no spoil, that will see am. What dey happen? How you come see am?
It's also on social media.
Okay. When you reach out, I dey come chimichonu like people dey talk. When you reach out, call am fees. You come repair my television. Myself. What do you want to? You know the day.
It's true.
Look at it. Why not you?
My content has not been there inside the video.
I was there to not enter. Oh, you saw this one that explains you. People. I beg, give them something to eat.
Not like
Give them something to eat. There's blood. Give them something to eat. This man.
You think what was
No, the back, no, get. I don't know the color. The container. If I don't know the color. But container plenty there. Money plenty there. Plenty there. Yeah. You know, busy. Give this man food. Give am food. Give am food. See food.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet, and phone. Log on to visiontv.co.uk and click on NTA. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world.
Láyínmíká ọmọ mi, thank you thank you for solving this problem o, na you solve am o, o ṣé.
Oh wow. Yinka, there's more problems in the kitchen for your mother. Do finish and go and solve them quickly.
This one is jealous.
Oya, Judy, eat. Your lot dey there, no tip am.
it's not so, it's not to be.
Eat. O tí ó ń di ẹni, ẹ fi lóṣù mí àgọ́ pa. Ọba pé ń lọ gbóúnjẹ mi kó wọn gbé ẹ̀ kí ni gbogbo nǹkan tá a lè sọ.
"24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet, and phone. Log on to visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTAI. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world."
Growing up as a child, there is an admiration to want to be like dad, mom, or even a famous actor. But as one ages, more choices begin to emerge due to various social factors and developments. As much as it is admirable to want to be like someone, it is important to understand one's personal dream and purpose in life. Today, famous people all around the world have huge following of fans who love their lives and desire to emulate them. But there's more to modeling after than just copy and paste. Oshodi, a local government in Lagos, has a reputation for children born in this neighborhood. If not closely monitored, many believe could engage in petty theft and grow to be notorious hoodlums. Today, the narrative is being rewritten for these children living in the Underbridge area of Oshodi. The project, Chess in Slums Africa, founded by Tunde Onokoya, a professional chess master and coach, is meant to rehabilitate these children who are either orphans or ran away from the villages. The children are engaged in a 2-week session that seeks to unlock their potential through the game of chess while learning to read, write, and acquire basic literacy skills. It takes them through the game of being knights, queens, and kings with promises of more rewards. Aside from prizes won, collaborations are being made with rehabilitation homes and orphanages, and fundraising to provide financial and educational support for these young people. In Ikorodu, also in Lagos, a group of siblings, Babatunde Sani, Muiz Sani, Malik Sani, and their cousin Fawaz Aino, are popularly known as Ikorodu Boys, are young social media sensations.
Who was that guy? That brother was the best damn soldier that ever lived.
I just love acting.
This online comedy group recreates and mimics with childlike playfulness multi-million-dollar music videos, Hollywood movie trailers, and other visual contents using recycled local materials in the neighborhood.
You're hoping if you spin the chamber enough times, you're gonna catch a bullet.
Notable among their works is the reenacted trailer of the Hollywood film Extraction in 2020, which earned them a recognition and award by online streaming platform Netflix. In 2021, they were nominated in the Favorite African Social Media Star at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Their elder brother doubles as the video editor and manager. Also in Ikorodu, the Dreamcatchers Academy, founded by Sheyi Oluyole, is created to transform the lives of less privileged girls who have experienced abuse, neglect, or economic hardship resulting in lack of educational attainment by giving them a chance through quality education and arts. A popular quality about them is their unique dance skill. Aside from the Ikorodu Boys and the Dreamcatchers, who have become global sensations, Fumi Omishope is another individual adding value to street children in Kwara State.
These children are human. Sometimes we look at them as if they don't have the same blood that flows through our veins. You know, they are being abused on the road and even by the parent that take them out to bed. And my heart drawn to these children. Imagine a melancholy child begging on the street. A melancholy that something little can set them off. You know, now begging on the street, hearing all manner of rejection and all of that. So that is what drawn me to them.
With her Home and Street Kids Welfare Initiative, Fumi is shaping the lives of these children using education as a means of empowerment.
We used to have an orientation school where they come for 3 months before we enroll them in regular school. But we realized there's only 25% of them that ended up staying in those regular schools because street children are known for freedom. So when they go to regular school and they are being discriminated upon, they are being told down upon, maybe they go late to school. Some of them, their parents are blind. Both parents are blind. And they will want to take the parent to the junction before they go to school. Now they get to school 8 o'clock and teachers start beating them. They won't come tomorrow. Some of them are so passionate about education that they wake up, wear their clothes, and they're running to school without taking their bath. Now teacher will not understand the passion, the fact that they show up, and appreciate them for that. But they see the fact that they smell, you know, and that is what made me to say, okay, now we need to have our own school.
The Nigerian child can be positively modeled. Education, right morals, and values are debts every parent and adult owe to every child. Be a positive model and watch the child grow to be a right-thinking adult.
Hello, everyone.
Proud African Roots presents a fun time for children and teenagers across Nigeria and the globe.
Everything she was trying to open.
I don't need a torch. I just need that.
You learned a thing or two from showing every Saturday by 9:30 a.m. on NTA Network. It is going to be a fun time with Grandma Wura and all the Blue Table Talk with Dave and Jen. Catch you soon.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification.
Farmers in Bayelsa State get support as federal government and development partners begin 2022 flood recovery process to enhance food production.
We are waiting for the day to cast our own vote, inshallah, by God's grace.
Political campaigns resume after Yuletide. More sectorial reviews of major events which shaped the past year. So glad to have you join us on the network news on NTA. I'm Naja'atu Tijani. Michael Olaleye is in Lagos. Remember, you can follow this broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and NTA News Now on Twitter and our other social media platforms displayed on the screen. The presidency has responded to former President Olusegun Obasanjo over his utterances on President Muhammadu Buhari and his administration's performance. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, the presidency notes Obasanjo's continuous attack on President Muhammadu Buhari owing to what it calls jealousy for being beaten in a new record on national development process. The statement cites the just concluded second Niger Bridge awaiting inauguration after 3 decades of failed promises by the likes of Obasanjo, who laid the sod for the bridge in his first term as elected president, and work never started. He returned to the site for a second time to turn the sod when seeking re-election, only to be reminded by the Obi of Onitsha that he had already done that, and Obasanjo called the foremost Southeast traditional ruler names in the full presence of the chiefs and oracles in his palace. The statement also says Obasanjo did not tell the truth to the Southeast to get their votes. President Buhari didn't get their votes but built the bridge because he believed it is the right thing to do. The presidency also says that President Buhari has been bagging awards and encomiums for trying to do which the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says a leader should do: serve 1 or a maximum of 2 terms and go. President Buhari, the statement points out, has been stating and restating that he will supervise a better election than the one which brought him to office and to leave as and when due. The statement also points that Obasanjo is not on President Buhari's radar because experience has shown, especially lately in West Africa, where there have been at least 3 successful coups and many other failed attempts, that third term or tenure elongation is a recipe for political instability. This, the presidency says, having tried tenure elongation and failed, Obasanjo's fictitious mind must be telling him that he is the one under attack. It points the growing profile of President Buhari as the champion of democracy, not only at home and in the West African sub-region, but the African continent as a whole, and is not going down well with Obasanjo. The President Obasanjo, it says, destabilized internal democracy by orchestrating impeachment after impeachment of governors who were not compliant with his highly imperial administration. Mr. Obasanjo's tenure, the presidency says, from 1999 to 2007, represented the dark days of Nigeria's democracy due to a slew of assaults on the constitution, the statement further adds. Farmers affected by the 2022 flood in Bayelsa State have received agricultural inputs to aid the recovery process and enhance food production, supported by the federal government and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD. Epinimi Zitemiola reports.
Unprecedented flood of 2022 caused major damage to farmers as hundreds of farmlands and fish ponds were washed away. In response, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, has distributed agro inputs to farmers. Items distributed include 270 bags of NPK fertilizer, 100 cartons of agrochemicals, 7,500 plantain sockets, 100 cartons of day-old chicks, 360 bags of poultry feeds and 360 bags of fish feeds of different kinds. Also, 700 bundles of cassava stems, 2,000 assorted edible tree crops and 350 packs of assorted vegetable seedlings.
It's a life-transforming opportunity.
They help everybody, even workers. When we work, now our work then serve the job.
Using this opportunity to thank Life NTA and IFAD.
I want to thank you all for giving us an opportunity to stand on our feet again.
Bayelsa State Project Coordinator, Life ND, Dr. Panebi Ugo, urged the farmers to effectively use the inputs to boost food production in the state.
So my advice for them is to take them very seriously. It's a business, so that they will make a living out of what have been given to them.
There's a parent farm called Incubator, where incubators go and work for so many months, and the whole process takes about a year. So it's a very effective one.
IFAD-assisted Life ND is also providing training to thousands of youths in Bayelsa and empowering them to be self-reliant and employers of labor. In Yenagwa, Ebinimi Zitemiola, NTA News.
Meanwhile, contractors handling the second Niger Bridge have closed Asaba axis of the bridge to stop traffic flow passing through the bridge. The closure is for removal of crash barriers from the road to open the Obosi axis under barriers of the bridge for free traffic movement returning from the southeast to the west. Chinyere Okoli reports.
This is the Obosi axis of the second Niger Bridge. As you can see, it was opened this morning for commuters, especially those coming from the southeast region of the country to the western part of the country. The removal of crash barriers at the site by workers was done under the supervision of engineer Oluropo Oyetade, Director Highway Bridge and Design in the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, as workers were seen deploying heavy-duty equipment to remove crash barriers and other diversion points in preparation for temporary reopening of the bridge on Tuesday, the 3rd of January to 15th of January.
We need to change our barriers and install new road signs. This is what I've come to supervise and make sure we have each free exercise.
Justin Aniche, a returnee from Arochukwu in Abia State, who was the first commuter to ply the road from Obosi Axis to Lagos, whooped with joy.
I can't be anything more than happy. This has, in fact, taken off a lot of stress, a lot of hassles, a lot of harassment from people.
I thank everybody that participated for the road to be in this way.
I'm very happy about the road because it makes everywhere to be easy for us, and at least for times of hold up and the other thing, we can follow this new bridge now to go in our own way without any stress.
Recall that the federal government had on December 15, 2022, opened the second Niger Bridge for temporary usage in the U-tide. In Asaba, Chinyere Okoli, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the digital financial solutions proffered by most GMS operators in Nigeria tend to make sending cash or making online purchases easier. The case was, however, quite difficult this festive season for most users who spoke to NTA News, alleging difficulties in internet connection and poor network services across platforms. Chimdima Undubisi reports.
Gloria, in a festive mood, decided to send messages to family and friends. The messages could not be delivered even after several attempts.
Yes, there's a poor network. I sent a hang, it didn't deliver, a bounce back.
She's one out of many Nigerians who experience poor mobile and internet connectivity this celebration season.
I loaded my line through my account. They debited me and the credit was not given to me.
Matthias, a small business owner, has lost many opportunities to make sales because some mobile banking applications at one point or the other were inoperative.
Somebody will come to buy goods for you. If we want to transfer, the money will not go. The person will leave because of network.
We have been experiencing the plenty network services during this festival period.
Others, however, seem to have good connectivity.
I personally have not had any experience with poor network services this season.
What then could be responsible for this disparity?
People move around because of the holidays, and that changes some of the capacity that has been previously allocated to particular base stations or switch centers. There could be congestion in the network at this time.
Our crew made deliberate efforts to speak with the NCC on measures being taken to address subscribers' complaints as the telecom regulator, but the NCC declined to comment.
If we ask subscribers when they send in this request, what network are you calling from? That will help us gather data that we can use to isolate if it's peculiar to a network or a service provider and what can be done.
Subscribers want service providers to up their game in deploying more infrastructure for quality service delivery, festive period or not. Stiffer regulations also from the telecom regulator, so they will be on their toes for optimal customer satisfaction. In Abuja, Chimdima Ndubisi, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Federal Inland Revenue Service FIRS has announced taxpayers can now get their tax clearance certificate with a single click via its flagship Tax Pro Max solution. The Tax Pro Max, a tax administration solution introduced by the Apex Tax Authority in June 2021, is a one-stop shop for taxpayer registration, returns filing, tax payment, tax clearance certificate requests, among other functions. The service made the announcement via Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, where it states that the generation of tax clearance certificates, which used to be issued within a period of 2 weeks, will now be available with a single click by the taxpayer. This innovation comes on the heels of wide-scale technological reforms which the service has embarked on in a bid to achieve 100% automation of its tax administration functions. Commenting on this development, the executive chairman of the FIRS, Mr. Mohammed Nemi, explains that this function is in line with the objectives of the service to make the lives of taxpayers easier and ensure ease of doing business in the country. And now to industry, trade and investments, which are at the center of every nation's economy. How this central role was expressed in 2022 is what correspondent Benny Adams seeks to unravel in his report as business and economic players reposition themselves in 2023.
Despite continuous pressure from the effects of the pandemic and sliding into the Russia-Ukraine war, putting a hold on desired economic recovery, the country recorded gains through non-oil exports, thus reducing the country's foreign exchange dependence on oil remittances.
2.9 billion naira from January to June, with over 200 products that were exported to different countries, different destinations. That's very good for us. Some of the products that we thought would never make it to the international market are now being sold internationally and being accepted. And so I think it's a good achievement for us. And thanks to the Buhari administration, who has given us the enablement, the resources to do what we are doing as an agency.
Scarcity of foreign exchange posed significant challenges for manufacturers, as import costs soar, making it difficult to buy raw materials and expand production. The result is a further decline in their ability to generate well-paid jobs.
So if we want to make sure that our people, our young people remain here,
right, to earn a decent living by doing meaningful jobs, we better reverse the flow of value. We better reverse the flow of opportunities for good jobs, meaningful jobs, creative jobs.
While many say Nigeria missed the opportunity to optimize the global oil price rally as the government faces revenue generation challenges amid an increasing debt burden, the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline was initiated for future gains.
Treating the fact that Nigeria is more of a gas territory with more gas than oil, and we've not paid so much attention to gas than we've been paying to oil. So we decided to take the direction to gas.
In March this year, the government, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, introduced the RT200 foreign exchange, which is the race to earning $200 billion between 2 to 3 years.
Luckily, the Lagos port is ready to go in January from Ekpe. We need to move very, very fast to develop the road infrastructure that takes goods out and also bring goods in so they can be exported with ease out of the country.
2022 saw a leap in the race to building Nigeria's industrial base, with the Bank of Industry dedicated to funding industrial enterprises at single-digit interest rates.
Normally, we charge less than 10%, but we further reduce that by 2% and allow them to have longer periods of moratorium.
The year also witnessed a revolution in the automotive sector, which attracted investment worth $1 billion and created capacity for production of 400,000 units of vehicles. With an eye to the future, the NADDC has commenced initiatives to support widespread adoption of electric vehicles and a draft automotive bill expected to be passed into law.
Now, when we started to push EVs, people thought we were a little bit crazy because they're saying, what are the power challenges? We said, yes, there are power challenges, but we will not allow ourselves to be defined by those challenges. We believe we're bigger than them. We must only be defined by our dreams and aspirations and by what we can achieve, not by what we're facing now. So we went ahead, we designed, strategized, and built 3 100% solar-powered electric vehicle charging stations to prove that, yes, even off the grid, you can power an electric vehicle in Nigeria.
In all of this, the Federal Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment has continued to play the leading role in creating an enabling environment for businesses to succeed in the country.
The UK launched its new Developing Countries Trading Scheme, and under that scheme, it will give preference to Nigerian goods into the UK. And given that 99% of the current goods exports amounting to £1.6 billion per year will now be eligible for duty-free and quota-free access into the UK.
Stakeholders are optimistic that if the present momentum is sustained, Nigeria will emerge a clear global winner in the near and long-term future. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
This is the Network News. Stay tuned for more reports after some messages.
Executive Governor of Kano State and leader of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the state, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR, cordially invites and welcomes the APC presidential candidate Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his running mate Kashim Shettima, the APC national chairman Abdullahi Adamu, all APC governors of the Northwest, all members of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, amongst other stakeholders, to the formal flag-off of the APC Presidential Rally in Kano State. The big event is scheduled to take place on 4th of January 2023 at Sana Abacha Stadium, Oparmata, Kano at 10 a.m. prompt. You are all welcome. Announcer, Kano State APC Chairman Abdullahi Abbas.
Oh my god, that's Backflex. But buy Glow Weekly data from 200 naira for 350 megabytes valid for 2 days. It's good flex.
Buy 500 naira for 2 gigabytes for 2 days. 1000 naira for 3.9 gigabytes for 30 days. 300 naira for 1 gigabyte for 1 day. Dial star 777 hash.
Glow Unlimited.
It's another moment
Nigeria. Oh, better days are coming. Better days that gives us hope and strength. All I think about intervene to keep this hope alive. Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria. Renewed hope beckons on our people. The silver lining dots the skies. The firmament portends a bright future as the people of Nigeria move to vote a man whom they have come to trust for the realization of their aspirations for a better Nigeria. That man is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He has been tested. He can be trusted. Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as President of Nigeria 2023. Vote Kashim Shettima as Vice President. Vote APC. Surely with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the smiles are returning. We are close to home.
Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. Wait up, makes sense, wait care for me. Shy. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh, no. The bank is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Customer care where they on point. No go regret when you try up cost. Promisable investment. Everything just a blend. Make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615 700 704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
As an MC, I need to walk the talk. It's a walk I've walked many times. It's okay, everyone. Nothing's well. Before, these tuck stains would stay on my clothes, and all the scrubbing, it would fade my colors. But thanks to Ariel Color Expert, nothing's well.
It lifts the toughest stains, keeping your clothes bright, wash after wash.
O'Shea, Ariel Color Expert.
New Ariel, 5 times Color Protect Power.
The Tertiary Education Trust Fund is pleased to inform its stakeholders and the general public of the public presentation of another set of 50 books written by Nigerian scholars and published under the sponsorship of the Fund's Higher Education Book Development Project. This is a remarkable milestone in TED Fund's Higher Education Book Development Intervention targeted at essentially addressing the crisis of paucity of reading and learning materials. The event is scheduled to hold as follows. Date, Thursday 5th, January 2023. Venue, 2nd floor, Conference Hall, the Federal Ministry of Education, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Announcer, Acting Director, Public Affairs, Abdulmumin Onyagi, for the Executive Secretary.
Be inspired with inspirational quotes and win in the Top T Taste to Know Inspiration 2.0 promo. Enjoy inspirational quotes and get a chance to win free airtime or 10,000 Naira cash prize. Simply buy a pack of Top T, collect inspirational card with unique letters to spell Top T. Take a picture of your collection and share on Facebook or Instagram and tag at Top T Nigeria. Offer valid while stocks last. Terms and conditions apply. Top T. Taste to know.
Thanks for staying tuned. We're talking political matters now. As the election year sets in and all Progressives Congress APC support group, the Lobito Group, in collaboration with the Tinubu Kashim Volunteer Group in Yobe State, has staged a solidarity rally in Yobe North Senatorial District to drum more support for the party's presidential and governorship candidates, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Governor Mai Mala Buni, organizing a zonal rally in Nguru, one of the political hubs of the state. Mustafa Yusuf reports.
As political activities heightened ahead of the forthcoming general elections, a political group by the name Tinubu Kashim Volunteer Support Group in Yobe State has joined campaigners for the APC presidential and governorship candidates. The state coordinator, Tinubu Kashim Volunteer Support Group in Yobe State, Yusuf Bala Saliu, notes that the campaign is canvassed massive votes for the APC, having done so much towards the development of the nation.
What we are trying to achieve is to humanize the people of Yobe State,
so as to vote for Tinubu and Kashim as the next, president of Nigeria. And at the same time, we are trying to humanize our youth to see that Honorable Mai Malabuni have come back to his own, seat as governor of Yobe State.
Various interest groups pledged their commitment to the APC project at all levels.
We're still mobilizing our youth and our marketers to go and collect their own PVC in order to cast their own vote. Those we are waiting for the day to cast our own vote, inshallah, by God grace. And by God grace, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be the winner, inshallah, by 2026.
The APC in Yobe State is beehive of electioneering activities, with the recent being the constitution of the 9-member state APC campaign council chaired by former governor of the state, Senator Ibrahim Gaidam, and President of the Senate, Ame Ibrahim Lawan, as alternate chairman, as well as Senator Bukar Abu Ibrahim, who is to serve as grand patron of the campaign council. In Damaturu, Mustafa Yusuf Musa, NTA News.
Similarly, youths in Kebbi State have pledged support for the APC presidential candidates Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other APC candidates. This came to the fore at an advocacy for youths to collect their permanent voter cards. Usman Abdullahi reports.
Youths in their numbers from various APC support groups took to the streets of Birnin Kebbi, marching from Haliru Abdu Stadium to Sir Ahmadu Bello Way, going through Sultan Abubakar Road and terminated at the APC State Campaign Office. The APC National Coordinator Tinubu Shatima Integrity Group, Sadiq Saad Fakay, described the rally as a testimony that electorates in Kebbi are prepared for the 2023 election.
You have seen a lot of response, good testimony coming from the leaders of different groups, in declaring for their 100% support and loyalty to APC and giving their commitment that they are going to work 100%.
Other speakers at the rally urged women and youths as the vanguard of development to collect their PVC before the deadline.
And all APC presidential candidates.
The rally was conducted peacefully with security operatives on ground to ensure orderliness. Usman Abdullahi Shehu, NTA News.
The People's Democratic Party in Kebbi Central Senatorial District has flagged off its campaign, assuring all candidates in the state of block votes during the 2023 general elections. Abdullahi Umaru Lelu covered the campaign and now reports.
A mammoth crowd of People's Democratic Party supporters converged on Filin Sakwa in Jega, Kebbi State to witness the flag-off of the Kebbi Central Senatorial District campaign for the 2023 elections. Senator Muhammadu Adamu Aliru, who is the PDP senatorial candidate of the district, while addressing the teaming party faithfuls, urged them to remain committed to winning all its elections in the state. He particularly appreciated the support of the people and charged them to continue to support the party.
We have given them effective representation, and they have seen that effective representation by way of getting projects all over the senatorial district. Roads have been built, schools have been built or renovated, hospitals have been built, town halls have been built, water has been supplied. This is what we call effective representation.
The Kebbi State gubernatorial candidate of the PDP, Aminu Bandi, extols Adamu Aliru's leadership, courage, and political will to effectively represent and protect the interests of the state, charging the people to vote him en masse. He charged young people to stand firm to protect the future of the state, urging party stalwarts to return to their polling units and mobilize support for the party.
We shall, inshallah, do everything to bring investors because we have a lot of mineral deposit in Kebbi State. Cement is within this area up to Mayama down to Gambada.
Other stakeholders who spoke at the event said the track records and achievements of Adamu Aliru remain his selling point, urging the people to vote PDP for more developmental projects. Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs has convened an extraordinary meeting to appraise the state of the Muslim community or Ummah, consider various committees and take a position on the 2023 general elections. At the end of the meeting, presided over by the President General of the Council and Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, the conference resolved that Muslims should ensure they collect their permanent voter cards, while Nigerians should freely choose the best candidates and vote credible and righteous leaders. In a statement issued by the Secretary General, Professor Ishaq Oluidi, the NSCI also urges the Muslim Ummah to establish private universities while affirming support for the Supreme Court's position on rights of Muslim women to wear the hijab, frowning at promoters of hatred and disunity in the polity and urging government at all levels to provide more security and job opportunities for the citizenry and punish perpetrators of violence. Appreciating recent successes recorded by the NDLEA in fighting drug abuse, they urge parents to train their children in the way of righteousness while also commiserating with families of victims of a recent accident in Shagamu, Ogun State. And now we'll head to the city of Lagos, where Michael is standing by with more reports.
Thank you, Najatu. Despite headwinds caused by uncertainty in the global economic space and World Bank projections on growth retraction in 2022, Nigeria's gross domestic product grew by 3.11% in fourth quarter of 2022. Abolade Salami in this report examines the economic performance and outlook for 2023 fiscal year.
Despite going through some rough patches in the year 2022, Nigeria's economy maintained a steady course in the journey towards achieving a sustainable and viable market space for both foreign and domestic business to thrive. As the largest economy in Africa, with a 3.54% economic growth rate in real time, during the second quarter of 2022, the country's non-oil sector in third quarter of the year under review also recorded a 4.27% growth in real time, thereby contributing 94.34% to the nation's gross domestic product in the third quarter of the fiscal year.
Real gross domestic product GDP grew by 3.11% year-on-year in the first quarter of 2022, compared with 3.98% in the fourth quarter of 2021 and 0.51% in the corresponding period of 2021. The economy has thus grown for 6 consecutive quarters following its exit from recession in 2020.
While policies from the fiscal and monetary authorities were targeted at sustaining growth trajectory, and measures by the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria increased monetary policy rate to 16.5%. The country in 2022 still experienced an increase in inflation figures.
The long-term measure is to build infrastructure and come up with policies that will incentivize direct investment or foreign direct investment to this country. Not just foreign direct investment, even local investment in the real sector of the economy, such that, one, the cost of production here will be as comparable, if not cheaper, than what obtains elsewhere.
Several measures introduced by the government to cushion the effect of economic challenges on the overall outcome performance of the economy, however, attracted applause, as some Nigerians have thrown weight behind the economic decisions reached by the government to keep the nation's business environment friendly.
If you look at the relative numbers, you can find that it appears we are not doing badly at all. And on the basis of this, we have seen the International Monetary Fund reduce global growth forecast from 6.1% to 3.6% for 2022 and 2023.
Financial analysts are enthusiastic that gains achieved in the previous year, most especially in the non-oil sector, will be surpassed in the new year with effective implementation of the 2023 budget estimate of 21.8 trillion naira, christened Budget of Fiscal Sustainability and Transition. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
Nigeria is not just determined to strengthen its dominance as a vital maritime hub in Africa, but equally consolidating on initiatives that could jack up the contribution of the sector to the nation's GDP, leveraging on vast opportunities on showcase in 2023. And the support correspondent examines the prospects of job creation on offer once the Lekki Deep Sea Port becomes operational and benefits of the new cabotage regime will usher into the economy. This is the new phase of port infrastructure in Nigeria, opening the vista for endless possibilities. Beyond Lekki Deep Sea Port's promising digitalization of processes, berthing of large vessels, and reducing cargo turnaround time, the most cheering news for key players in the maritime sector is changing the tide in the last few years, in which most consignments are diverted to neighboring countries. Key players say this will translate into foreign direct investment while propelling active socio-economic activities within the industry.
More than 170,000 direct and indirect jobs will be created, and approximately $361 billion of revenue generated, of which over $200 billion will accrue to both Lagos State and federal government.
Is going to facilitate trade, and when the trade is facilitated, the revenue that will be coming through trade facilitation will increase.
While this development has stimulated the proliferation of deep sea ports across the country, it has presented a viable template upon which old ports will be upgraded and managed.
We will not, of course, go lower than this. So we have a couple of proposals for Badagry Deep Sea Port, which was signed by FEC. And then there are proponents for Ibom Deep Sea Port. There's also Bonny Deep Sea Port. NTA and, of course, Nigeria will accept nothing less than this. The automation deployed here is fantastic. It's quite commendable. The processes will be almost free of human interference.
Another area of transformation in the maritime sector, likely to shape economic growth in 2023, is the eventual approval for the disbursement of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, CVFF. It is a $350 million intervention targeted at boosting the presence and capacity of Nigerians in the shipping business.
The applicant for the fund will make an equity contribution of 15%. NIMASA will contribute 35%. The balance of 50% will be provided by the bank.
Today, if you have a brand new vessel, you are going to pay a zero duty. So if the vessel is up to 1 or 2 years, then you will have to pay maybe 0.5%.
Apart from breaking a 17-year jinx, this effort will definitely increase the number of vessels flying the Nigerian flag, which will positively impact on job creation along various value chains in the shipping business.
We can even go into partnership with foreign companies so that we can begin to build vessels in Nigeria, so that hard-earned $350 million is not going to go foreign again.
Key players say if 2021 was the year of strengthening security presence for maritime activities to thrive, then 2022 is the season of policy and infrastructural consolidation, which will definitely result in massive gains in 2023. We're still watching the network news on the network service of the NTA. Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Time for some messages saying when we return, Musa Abubakar is standing by for some business news. Please stay.
Brother Staggy, I get mega talent too. The one where I don't show na small say. If you mega star, now why I choose Glow Mega Data Plans, because nobody they do mega streaming like Glow. Oh yeah, make a show na another level. Let's go.
Glow Unlimited.
Nigeria now we country, everything na the party, now one more be a Nigeria now we country, everything na the party, now one more be a the president we need, the president we go for.
People of Nigeria don't talk them say na Asiwaju Bola Tinubu them want.
as president of Nigeria, our country people get many reasons wey make them all agree say na Asiwaju Bola Tinubu dem choose for this president election. Yes, so Bola Tinubu na man wey sabi anything wey him put in hand, e dey work wella. He do better work for Lagos State when he be governor. Till today, Lagos people still dey enjoy from all the better things wey jaburata for Lagos. People of Nigeria, e good to make we vote for who sabi. As e come be so, make we all come out for election day and vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria. Vote Senator Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC, the party with broom.
Who be the president? We go go.
How would it sound when you wake up one day and there's no country? Only chaos, confusion, bloodshed. No. We must stand for our nation. We must also stand for the armed forces. Our prayers, our validation of their efforts is what they need, which we must strive to give them as patriotic citizens. Together, we are stronger. One nation, one armed forces, one people, our Nigeria.
Good day ahead.
New Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
My people, my name is Emeka. Mekus Kamat. Let me get all this people. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when we get bust, then my eye open. I don't know that 419 be. Now when EFCC grab them, now they come grab me too. Now he make me they warn you. All of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money, when I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. They could shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, what they call SCUMO, they don't want to say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Carry and go where? Bank. If you not do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go shut them down, for your hand. No talk say, I know 1 year.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria, and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
You're still watching NTA Network News. It's time for business. Head of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva, says much of the global economy in 2023 is going to be, the economy in 2023 is going to be tough for most economies, as the main engine of global growth, the United States, Europe, and China all experience weakening activity. In October, the IMF cut its outlook for global economic growth in 2023, reflecting the continuing drag from the war in Ukraine as well as the inflation pressures and the high interest rates engineered by central banks like the U.S. Federal Reserve aim at bringing those price pressures to heel. Since then, China has scrapped its zero-COVID policy and embarked on a chaotic reopening of its economy. Meanwhile, the global economy is projected to go into recession this year, 2023, just as inflation is set to continue to be a bottleneck to business growth around the world.
Growth forecast for this year is unchanged at 3.2%, while our projection for 2023 is lowered to 2.7%, 0.2 percentage points lower than the July forecast.
Well, that's it. The news continues with Niger Atu.
Thank you, Musa. And in our next report, Abdullahi Suleja tells us some major activities and policies which shaped the education sector in the year 2022.
The Nigerian education sector for most part of 2020, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, what started as a 4-week warning strike on February 14th, escalated to an 8-month strike. Chief of Staff to the President, religious, traditional, opinion leaders and concerned parties all waded in, but to no avail.
You can only end the strike when the issue in contentions are met. By the federal government, one, signing and implementing the agreement we have negotiated with immigrants. Two, the federal government challenged ASU when we said IPs was not welcome. They said, can you produce alternative? And finally, the past issue, revitalization fund, areas of earn allowance. When government implement this, we can even call our member that same day to come here and we'll look at it and suspend the strike.
Eventually, on the 14th of October, after intervention by the leadership of the National Assembly, headed by the Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila, ASU suspended one of the longest strikes in the history in Nigeria's education sector.
We hope this time around, there will not be any attempt by any party or group to create something that will also make us run into anything again.
Despite the strike, the education sector recorded success to some extent in the following areas: education policy, data and planning, infrastructural development, service delivery, human capital development, access to quality education, and job creation.
One of the greatest achievements we recorded in the education sector during the period under review was the development and launching of the e-learning website for all levels of our educational system. I would therefore like to use this opportunity to direct all the regulatory agencies in the sector to ensure that all educational institutions under their purview interface with the ICT department in the ministry in order to develop and deploy relevant content on the website.
Apart from ease of access, this will also ensure that teaching and learning will continue seamlessly, even in the face of a pandemic or future strike.
2022, there was an awakening, I would say, because after COVID brought a lot of change. It opened the eyes of educators to see the many possibilities that learning can still take place outside the four walls of the classroom. And since then, that trend has continued.
So far, the present administration has expended over 6 trillion naira in capital and recurrent expenditure in the sector in the last 7 years. This is in addition to intervention from TEDFund and UBEC, which gulf over 2 trillion naira, aside investment from state and the private sector at all levels of education system. The country partnership with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO of the United Kingdom, resulted in the enrollment of 1.5 million girls in schools in the north. 2 unions were registered: the Nigerian Association of Medical and Dental Academics, NAMDA, and the Congress of University Academics, CONUA, for enhanced relations.
Let it be noted that Section 3, Subsection 2 of the Trade Unions Act Cap T14, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, gives the Honorable Minister of Labor and Employment powers to regroup an existing trade union of workers or employers. They are now a legal union of workers with rights and privileges.
The student loan bill passed by the National Assembly is awaiting the signature of the President, When signed into law, the act will create the Nigerian Education Bank, which will have the power to award student loan. Abdullahi Musa Suleja, NTA News.
Sadly, it was a black January 1st for residents of Ibara Government Reserved Area, Abeokuta, as suspected arsonists allegedly invaded a home and killed a couple, burning their bodies beyond recognition and abducting the only surviving son of the couple, who allegedly was dumped in a river. Yemi Dalemo has the details.
The couple, Mr. and Mrs. Kehinde Fatinoye, already made plans of celebrating the new year 2023, having been privileged to be among the living who crossed over from December 31st, 2022 to January 1st, 2023 and were just returning from the New Year crossover service that their lives, dreams and aspirations were cut short in a gruesome manner by suspected assassins who were said to have trailed them from the church they attended. Residents of Ibara GRA community in Abeokuta say they suddenly saw that the couple's apartment went up in flames, and since it was early in the morning on January 1st, they believed that their neighbors should still be in church, even though they called the fire service men who battled to put off the inferno.
We didn't know that somebody was inside because a car was missing out of their cars. And by the time they opened the gate, they found out that the car was there. I said, okay, maybe they went for watch night service. They are not yet back. So it was later when they finished with the fire, they now discovered the bodies inside.
Sympathizers, family members, friends, colleagues, as well as passers-by could not hold back tears. Investigations revealed that the couple was not only killed and set ablaze inside their bedroom, their only surviving son and a domestic staff abducted and later dumped into a river along Adigbe or Badaoko area of Abeokuta. Even though the domestic staff managed to escape after being dumped into the river, the whereabouts of the couple's surviving son is still unknown.
I just got straight to their room and realized there's nothing. No life, born to artists.
This is a great, a sad news, a sad news indeed. Ogun State Commissioner of Police Larry Bankole and his team of detectives were at the crime scene for on-the-spot assessment.
We have a suspect in custody in connection with the case. The investigation has commenced.
Perpetrators of the heinous crime were alleged to have also made away with one of the vehicles of the victims and padlocked the gate from outside to deceive the neighbors. Police is, however, assuring Nigerians that the perpetrators will soon be brought to book. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
It's time for some more messages. Stay tuned.
Mberi dynasty of Nzeneri Imowere, Isunjaba of Isu local government area of Imo State, announces the funeral program of their matriarch Ezinne Eziada Juliana Mwaibari Mberi Ni Obiefule as follows. Tuesday, 3rd January 2023, Christian Wake and Service of Songs at Mberi's compound Nzeneri Imowere, Imo State by 6 p.m. Wednesday, 4th January, body leaves the Federal Medical Center, FMC Oweri Mortuary to her hometown Nzeneri Imowere, Isunjaba by 6 a.m. Requiem Mass, St. Joseph's Catholic Church, Isunjaba by 10 a.m. Interment, Mberi Family Compound. Reception follows immediately at National Primary School, Imowere, Isunjaba. Sunday, 8th January, Thanksgiving service at Sacred Heart Catholic Church, Imowere, Isunjaba by 10 a.m. is survived by Mazdi Geoffrey Mberi, son, Dr. Maurice Mberi, son, Permanent Secretary, General Service Office, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Mrs. Rosetta Ihezwo, daughter. Marcelinos Okichuku Mberi, son. Mrs. Chinyere Iwuchuku, daughter. Mr. Victor Anayo Mberi, son. Brothers and sisters, in-laws, friends and sympathizers. Announcer Mazdi Geoffrey Mberi for the family.
Come to the National Center for Women Development, a home away from home. With our beautifully renovated hotel, the center can also boast of a 1,700-seater auditorium for conferences. The edifice has an African, continental, and Arabian restaurants, a daycare creche for nursing mothers. There is also an ICT department for computer training, and also a training department for catering, tailoring, and hairdressing. For more information, please contact the National Center for Women Development, Tafab Aliawe, opposite the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN headquarters, Central District Area, Abuja, or telephone 070-511-1163. National Center for Women Development, Rebranding, Restructuring, and Repositioning.
You clean your teeth every morning, but that fresh breath feeling just doesn't last. The answer? Easy. You keep your teeth strong and healthy and give your mouth long-lasting fresh breath with new Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste. It helps strengthen your teeth and gives you long-lasting fresh breath.
So fresh, feel fresh, and feel fresh.
Stay strong, stay fresh. New Oral-B toothpaste for strong teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
We don't like to eat better. More nutritious meals, more veggies. But we want it tasty and easy too. No cubes. That's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic. And enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you. And more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
A body has been found, possibly a child.
I think I have something.
I think it's another ritual murder.
Stop!
Oh, that's the cover for this morning.
So what do we know about these so-called senior cult members?
It appears their real strength lies in the members now in government, judiciary, business, and the police.
Now this is getting interesting.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh. Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh.
Picture.
Protected and fresh. Still fresh, still protected. Feeling good and protected. All day confidence to get close. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Rema, one they call.
Oh, do you know with GoTV you can enjoy the best of local and international shows perspective? Really? Makes sense.
Really? Something to go on.
Yeah, my food, your food.
Shey you feel am? Yes. Bro, pay for any package this festive and GoTV go upgrade you to a higher package. Wow.
For this festive season, everybody go shine well oh, because na bumper time we dey. Renew your subscription and get upgraded to a higher package. Dial star 288 hash to enjoy. Na better entertainment we shop pass. GoTV, love it.
Next, we'll look at the major highs and lows in Nigeria's sports sector in 2022 with Austin Edemodu.
2022, a glorious year for Nigerian athletes with outstanding performance of Toby Amusan, who rules the world, Commonwealth of Nations and Africa in 100 meters hurdles.
Kenny Harrison got a good start. It's pretty even at the moment. Now the American coming away, and so too Toby Amusan in the middle. And Daniel Williams for Jamaica running well. Amusan from Harrison. That is a massive world record.
We came up with an Adopt initiative that had a number of flavors. Some of those flavors are what you see. Adopt an athlete, adopt a pitch, adopt a sport, or adopt a facility. And each of these flavors have delivered for athletes, have delivered for infrastructural development.
As Nigeria continues to bask in the euphoria of the heroic achievements in athletic events in 2022, not much could be celebrated in footballing events. More worrisome has been the state of Nigerian Professional Football League, which is yet to find its footings.
That culminated in our not going to the 2022 World Cup because we do not have a viable, vibrant league. We have Morocco got to semi-final. It's not by fluke. They didn't just do it. It didn't just happen. They planned for it. Now, the federal government, NFF, whoever is responsible, should put more money into our league and make it truly business.
Even in the way we play, the formations, today is 4-4-3, 2-5-2-1, and all that. No, you play your own system, the way you think you can actually excel, the kind of players that you have. You understand? So they keep bringing different things and we buy into those things. Why can't we do our own thing? You understand? This is Nigeria, we can do our own thing.
Good enough, authorities are equally aware of these predicaments and are working to deliver sports infrastructure across the country with improvements on the performance of Nigerian sportsmen and women through the National Sports Industry Policy. Sporting activities in 2022 reached its climax with the successful hosting and winning of the 21st edition of the National Sports Festival by Delta State. This biennial sporting fiesta has also further raised concerns on grassroots sports development by discovering and grooming of quality athletes to bridge the gap between emerging and old athletes in Nigeria. Knowing the enormity of challenges facing the sports sector, the 88 billion naira set aside in the next 5 years for the development of sports sector by the federal government will no doubt yield the desired results in the coming years if properly implemented. In Abuja, I'm Austin Edemodo, NTA News.
With that sports review, we conclude the news at 9 on NTA. Thanks for watching.